sifter.com.au.
Hi, I'm Fiona Bartholomeus.
And I'm Kyle Paletto.
Welcome to Walkthrough, Sifter's weekly recap on the biggest news in video games.
This week, one of Australia's favourite games festivals, Freeplay, might not be going ahead. Ubisoft goes through a big restructure and cancels a high-profile remake, and one of Fee's favourite series returns. Here is the news for Sunday, 25th of January, plus all the upcoming games launching this week. Let's go!
Join the Sifter community on Discord at sifter.com.au/Discord.
Ubisoft announced this week that it's going through a major restructure, which has resulted in many games, including Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time Remake, being cancelled. The restructure is said to try create conditions for a return to sustainable growth by centering it all around 5 creative houses, consolidating a bunch of studios under one roof.
As part of this massive restructure, the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake was cancelled, as well as a bunch of other games, including 4 unannounced games, 3 new IPs, and a new mobile title. The new Prince of Persia game has sadly been plagued with delays, complete reboots, and more since it was first announced in 2020. However, the team said while the game had sadly been cancelled, it doesn't mean they're stepping away from the franchise, so there might still be more to come.
The layoffs and studio closures unfortunately do continue, with recent cuts at Ubisoft Massive and Red Lynx, and the closures of Ubisoft's Halifax and Stockholm studios. The CEO of Ubisoft says there are more studio closures to come as they do continue restructuring.
We were treated to an Xbox Developer Direct on Friday, and unlike most directs that throw a million trailers at you, half of which never end up being released, this one instead focused on just 4 titles. And for me, it was all about Fable. And boy, oh boy, after 5 years of waiting, we were treated to a proper good look at the future of this beloved franchise. Well, I mean, it's beloved for me, at least. So does that count? Can I call it beloved if it's just me that loves this franchise so much? Thank you, Faye. Thank you. This reboot/legacy sequel isn't coming from former Fable devs Lionhead. Instead, it's from the team behind Forza Horizon, Playground Games. And honestly, it shows, because the Horizon series has some of the slickest visuals in the medium, and it looks like they've put all that expertise to good use building this next-gen Albion. I can't wait to get stuck into this one when it lands in the back half of this year.
And speaking of Playground Games, racing fans and weaves rejoice. Mitch, I'm talking directly to you here, because Forza Horizon 6 is looking fantastic, and it's in a Japan setting. Horizon 6 is out on Xbox and PC on May 19 and PlayStation later in the year. We also got a look at 2 new series. First is Beast of Reincarnation, a stunning JRPG by Pokemon developers GameFreak that frustratingly shows that they can make really good-looking games if they try hard enough. That's coming mid-year. And lastly, Kiln, a game that's kind of tough to describe, but basically you create your character like you're molding clay in pottery class, then pitting them against others in multiplayer brawler settings. Super weird, but hey, I'm into it. Check the show notes to see the full showcase for yourself. Freeplay, an independent games festival in Melbourne, may stop running after this year due to a lack of ongoing funds. In a statement published on its website, the team revealed that they were unable to secure funding through Creative Victoria's Creative Enterprises Fund like they had back in 2023. Beyond 2026, Freeplay won't be able to keep paying their co-directors, Louis Roots and Mads McKenzie, to run their events. Right now, they're operating with their volunteer board while they figure out what to do with the events slated for this year.
This festival has been a really important part of gaming culture and industry in Australia, championing the value of games as an artistic medium for over 20 years now. With Melbourne being one of the main gaming hubs in Australia, it's just really disappointing to see this happen. Freeplay and Freeplay Parallels are some of the best game events in this country. While they work on what will be happening this year, they have asked the community, game developers and players to help them decide the best path forward, making sure they use their remaining resources to deliver events and programs that contribute meaningfully to the community. We'll leave a link in our show notes to the statement and survey. Get ready to rewind time once again in Life is Strange Reunion. It was announced this week that the series was getting its final installment, reuniting Chloe and Max and wrapping up their story. In this final chapter, Max's rewind powers return and save her from a fire, and she has 3 days to figure out what happened and how to save everyone. Then enters Chloe, who died at the end of the first game. She's back thanks to the merging of timelines at the end of Life is Strange Double Exposure. This sounds complicated, Fiona, but this is one of your faves?
Yeah, Life is Strange is one of my favorite games, and we did actually play the second on stream a few years ago now. I'm really interested to see what they do with this story, what it will be, how exactly they're going to end it all, and what they're going to do with Chloe, considering the universe was pretty set on her being dead in the end of the first game. There are also rumors that some of the characters like Nathan, Warren, and Kate will be back. Look, Nathan died in my playthrough, but I guess if Chloe comes back, anything is possible now. That's coming out on March 26th, which is surprisingly soon, but I can't wait to see what Deck 9 does with this. That's it for the headlines. Here are the games coming out this week.
The dark, twisted Winnie the Pooh adventure titled Winnie's Hole. So thanks for that, developers. Made by Melbourne-based devs Twice Different, you play as a virus in his body and mind, capturing his cells to mutate and build a deck of actions to unleash in combo-driven combat. It looks insane, and the title is awful. In the best way, I guess. It's a horror game, right? I mean, it's meant to be gross. You can grab it on PC on the 26th.
From the team behind Titanfall and Apex Legends comes Highguard. Mount up and ride into battle in this fast-paced PvP raid shooter set in a sci-fi fantasy world. Going to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on Monday.
Oh Me Oh My AI isn't some AI slop. It's a puzzle game made here in Australia by Every Second Studio around those capture puzzles with a weird 90s era AI along for the ride. Think Clippy and you'll be in the right zone with some alternate reality games in the mix. Find that on Steam on the 28th.
And on Thursday is a new climbing simulator, Can. Try to climb where no person has climbed before with realistic and intuitive climbing mechanics and a really neat cel-shaded style and pumping atmospheric synth soundtrack. That's out on PC and PlayStation on the 29th.
Another great looking cel-shaded game out on the 29th is I Hate This Place, an isometric open world horror shooter inspired by the comic book series of the same name. Grab it on all platforms this Friday.
It's a big week for Australian games with Perth-developed Don't Stop Girly Pop by Funny Fintan Softworks, launching later this week too. It's a first-person shooter with a bright pink vibe of Y2K, but don't forget standing still is not an option in this game. The faster you go, the more damage you deal, and the more you heal. That's out on PC on the 29th.
Articles to read,
Videos to watch.
and podcasts to listen to.
sifter.com.au.
This has been walked through by Sifter. My name is Fiona Bartholomaeus.
And my name is Kyle Poletto. Thank you so much for listening. And thanks to everyone who helped out while I was taking a break from the podcast. Much appreciated. You're all the best.
Yes, big welcome back to Kyle. We have absolutely missed you recording every single week, so we're glad you're back.
Thanks, P.
If you like tabletop and card games, we've been adding more and more reviews to our site. Seamus just played the fun card game Cat Spotting. Roy is rolling through with more Magic the Gathering reviews, and we're looking forward to covering more too. Head on over to sifter.com.au/tabletop for more. That address is sifter.com.au/tabletop.
Sifter is produced by myself, Fiona Bartholomaeus, Kat Jahn, Naomi Jackson, Chris Button, and Adam Christou. Mitch Lowe is senior producer who edited this episode, and Gianni Di Giovanni is Sifter's executive producer and script editor.
Thanks to Brian Fairbanks from Salty Dog Sounds for composing the walkthrough theme tune, and Audio Technica Australia and Apple for their support of Sifter's podcasts.
We'll be back with more news next Sunday. See you then.